COVID-19 patient arrested and charged with attempted murder for not self-quarantining after testing positive. Lest this sounds extreme, the details matter. A Ladysmith salon owner who tested positive for coronavirus has been charged with attempted murder, for continuing to work at his business and disregarding an instruction to self-quarantine. National Police spokesperson Brigadier Vish Naidu said a list of 27 people, who were at the salon, and a religious gathering, are being sought for testing after coming into contact with the 52-year-old man. To give a little more context to this, South Africa has a high population with HIV/AIDS. If the disease was to run through the townships, and other areas, affecting this population and couple that with the fact that the public health care infrastructure is really poor, it could have devastating results. It might seem really extreme, but knowing the context, South Africa has to be extreme to prevent a disaster happening. I got tested Tuesday of last week and haven't gotten called back, so I called the testing company. They told me they wouldn't call if I was negative and said I should be fine after Wednesday, today. Well, my work needs a note, so I called back and they told me they are days behind and I might not be good for a few more days, and it's impossible for me to find out if they tested my sample. This whole thing is so stupid. If anyone else has been tested by www.legacycommunityhealth.org, https://www.legacycommunityhealth.org, be aware of this. Deleted. Okay, if they can do that, they need to bring the cruise line execs up on manslaughter charges then. If this is attempted murder, I wonder if sending everyone back to work after Easter is attempted mass murder. I think it is called bioterrorism. So it's not self-quarantining, it's forced quarantining. I wonder if it's like that in WI, because you can't get unemployment for self-quarantining. In the Philippines we have a senator who accompanied his pregnant wife to the hospital. He only admitted that he is a COVID-19 positive when he already interacted with a bunch of people. Google Coco Pimentel. South African here. This has to be taken more seriously than anywhere else, or there will be hundreds of thousands dead in SA within 2 months. There is large portion of the population that is HIV positive and has TB. Often at the same time. The healthcare system will likely collapse whether we flatten the curve or not. I'm proud that the current president is taking this as seriously as this. If COVID-19 starts spreading in some of the informal settlements, this will be an outright calamity. A worker in our building tested positive. My friend works next to the person that tested positive. My friend was sent home and he was told not to say anything. There are people currently still working in the building. Most of us were sent home to work remotely. If you get home and have system issues that can't be fixed in a short period of time, you need to come back to work. Unfortunately, our place of employment is considered essential. I feel like there should be major repercussions for hiding the fact that many of us have been exposed. The fear of losing our job is what keeps us from whistleblowing the shit out of them. Money moral, removed. Quarantine law in Canada is $1 million and 3 years jail penalty if you broke it. In Italy, they charge you for manslaughter. Why are people so selfish sometimes? The man was probably thinking about his business and not the people who might die because of him. I feel like this would deter some people to test. That person is acting like Koreans. Patient 31, https://www. Al Jazeera. com/news/2020/03/31 South Korea sudden spike coronavirus cases 2003030659533841. HTML. Patient 31 infected a ton of people on her own and caused a spike of cases in Korea. She may not directly kill someone, but someone down the line died to the virus because of her. Sure, you may be fine. Sure, the person you get sick may be fine, but guess what? The person you got sick may get someone else sick that won't make it, and their death is your fault. Don't be patient 31. It would be hard to prove attempted murder, but I can see them getting charged with reckless endangerment. Execute Order 66 and make an example of him. Good. This is good. Proving that there was intent to kill might be tough considering this isn't attempted murder at all. Stupid yes, but murder? Come on, criminally negligent? Sure. Manslaughter if someone died. You got a case there, gonna walk for murder though. He may not be the only one soon enough. I mean, some people are trying so hard to make this pandemic worse. I know it's their business on the line, but we are all in the same boat. It's quite extreme. But it's indeed an attempted murder. Welp, that throws out anyone with a job getting tested. WTF, there isn't problem in infecting the other prisoners. Yet, in California it's only a misdemeanor knowingly giving someone HIV/AIDS. Good, now do Rand Paul. This should happen everywhere. Good. What a douche. Just because you want to do something doesn't mean you can endanger other people. One Filipino senator did this, all he got was compassion. They need to do this down by me, too. There was a man that got his test results in New York/New Jersey, can't remember which, still got on the plane to FL, and then went about his daily life, like going to temple. Until the government pays rent and food and makes it illegal to be fired for quarantining after a positive diagnosis, punishing people like this won't do shit. They will continue to go work anyway, because they have to survive if you don't support them. 5 years in jail is less bad than sitting in my house slowly starving, so it won't stop the behavior. Jail threats will work if and when you support quarantined people with money. No sooner. This isn't rocket science. You can't just threaten people if they don't do impossible things then get all confused when they still don't do impossible things. Absolutely insane. This is insane. Why would anyone with a choice in the matter get tested if this is what they can look forward to if they test positive? The only people who are going to face any sort of charges are stupid selfish assholes who are middle class or lower. Everyone is looking at this shit instead of people in positions of power who used insider knowledge to dump stocks for profit rather than by taking action to warn the population. This is tyrannical. Why are people cheering this? This guy is the real-life equivalent to the person who hides a bite in a zombie movie because he knows the group will throw him out. I understand his fear, but I also think he was incredibly selfish for it and he does deserve to be punished. What about a president making official announcements that it's a hoax and putting out fake news? That is just as dangerous and treasonous. Probably will harm more than a rogue spreader. Can we do this with Rand Paul, please? Paging Senator Paul. Senator Paul, please meet hired goons in the dimly lit corridor in the rear of the room. I completely agree with this. If you know you have it, why on earth would you want to expose others to it? And from most of the recent reports, it seems there are a few outliers in the deaths, who aren't very young or old. I don't understand how some people can be so selfish. All of these people who will get arrested had it coming. Send Rand Paul to prison. That's drastic AF NGLLOL. While here in the Philippines a politician breaks quarantine, walks into a delivery room with his pregnant wife, walks through the building where they kept the immunocompromised patients away from the COVID-19 positives in order to go out of the hospital, and then attended parties afterwards, all the while knowing full well he was fucking positive and nothing happened. Tangina mo Coco Pimentel, that sounds unbelievably over the top. That's insane. Wait until they see the amount of conspiracy to murder in the Prince Charles thread. I mean, shouldn't it be treated like someone with HIV or AIDS knowingly engaging in potentially risky behavior? They should charge those rich pricks who bought it back here from their ski trip. They knew about it.